Don Lemon is one of the most hated figures on CNN, and rightfully so. In this extremely unhinged clip, he makes even Chris Cuomo look sane, which honestly he is most of the time. He has a lot of modest, moderate takes that make sense, but obviously he's on CNN, so he needs to play up some of those news stories that he covers to fit the narrative. I actually think he's not such a bad faith actor considering the rest of the cast on CNN. So we're going to watch the video in just a few seconds, but before you do, make sure to leave a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the future videos. Thank you guys for the amazing support lately. The channel has been growing slowly, and I love to see it. It makes it slowly more and more viable for me to upload daily content on this channel and give you all the news and SJW related videos that you crave so much. So let's watch the video and then we'll talk about it.
Everybody sticks
We're
with
going to
their
have to
team.
blow up the entire system. And you know what we're going to have to do?
No, I don't know
You
about
know what
that.
we're going to, yes,
Yeah.
what you're going to have to do?
You just got to vote.
Honestly, from what your closing argument is, you're going to have to get rid of the Electoral College. Because the people,
I don't see it.
because the minority in this country decides who the judges are and they decide who the president is.
But you need a constitutional amendment to do that.
And if Joe Biden wins, Democrats can stack the courts and they can do that amendment and they can get it passed.
Well, you need two-thirds
danger.
vote in the Congress and 3/4 of the state legislatures.
They may be able to do that.
Maybe, no matter what.
Okay, so first of all, it makes you kind of think why such a prime CNN commentator is not aware of the basic mechanics set up to make such a political move, to make an amendment. And it really makes you think, who are these political commentators that shape the minds of their viewers like that, and they don't even know their craft. They don't even know what they're talking about. That's the first question. Now the second one, not the second question, but the second thing I want to go over is America is not a democracy. It's a democratic republic. I think it's the most accurate way to describe it, meaning that it's not about the popular vote, because if it's about the popular vote, then you get big states like New York and California setting the laws for every smaller state around the American Union, which kind of screws them. Okay, so that's not an argument endorsing either democracy or the republic, or rather the electoral college, but that's just to put things in perspective so you understand it. The US has never been a democracy. It's more accurately described as a democratic republic. And going to the popular vote, which the Democrats are touting so much, I don't think it would benefit them that much as they think, because California and New York has a ton of, not as a ton, but has a significant amount of conservatives that don't go out and vote because of the electoral college, and because they know their vote wouldn't count, because Democrats always win New York and California. But now if you have the popular votes, it mixes things up, and more conservative voters would come out in more democratic areas and vice versa. So it's interesting to see what will happen if they do go eventually to the popular vote, but I don't think it would benefit Democrats as much as they think. Now, with lax border control and more progressive policies, they could end up winning most of the elections, because they would let people immigrate illegally into the US and vote, which now, because it's a total vote count that counts and not the electoral college, you will have people who are not even holding a citizen card deciding everything for you guys, for the smaller states. So this is why I think this is why it's a good argument to stay in the electoral college, where bigger states don't get to dictate everything for the smaller states, and to keep things balanced. And again, it's not about endorsing either or neither system, but that's why it makes more sense in the US. Now let's go over the clip again. I want to make sure that
What
I
happens?
didn't miss
Everybody
everything.
sticks
We're
with
going to
their
have to
team.
blow up the entire system. And you know what we're going to have to do?
No, I don't know
you
about
know
that.
what we're going to, yes,
Yeah.
what you're going to have to do?
You just got to vote.
Honestly, from what your closing argument is, you're going to have to get rid of the electoral college because the
Okay, so we're going to have to blow up the entire system argument. It's also something that I want to touch. I think the political discourse has become so extreme, and I think that's why Trump was elected, not because the extremity of the political discourse. He got elected because people wanted to blow up the entire system, and now we get another comment like that from Don Lemon, who's on the left side of politics. So it makes you think that at the end of 4 or 8 years terms on either side, the other side wants to blow up the entire system for no good reason. Honestly, the president doesn't affect that much, doesn't affect your life that much, other than the economy doing better or worse. There's nothing really that changes your day-to-day life, whether it's a Republican president or a Democratic president. And you can look back to 10 or 20 years ago and think how different was your life back then. Okay? And now try to think what made those changes. What changed your life? Was it the technology, the advancements, the different times, the social situation? Or was it the policies and the laws enacted by the government? And then you understand that the government doesn't do much at all, and if it does, it's very, very slow and very, very minor changes that you only feel after decades or maybe even centuries. Okay. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. I think this is another deranged, unhinged take from Don Lemon, who's just an extreme figure on CNN. Is not a legitimate political commentator if he doesn't even know the basic mechanics to enact an amendment into the Constitution. And honestly, bravo for Chris Cuomo being the realistic one, toning things down and actually making sense of the situation. It's a really good clip for him and really, really bad for Don Lemon, who's honestly very, very hated for many, many reasons, including the I don't know if I can say it on YouTube and stay monetized, but the assault allegation from I don't know if it was a CNN co-worker or just a random guy in a bar who said that Don Lemon harassed him sexually, and you can look up the story. I'm not gonna go into it just to keep the video monetized. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video, I guess. Leave a like, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you're new to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.